갸rumbeche tashidele nge peke thoni shega ki inji thoni khandi tiwa
I think English better.
Losto any nga ije thoni shega tashidele 갸rumbeche I am from Boulder, Colorado, from the US. I am studying psychology. And I was wondering, how do I make sure that as I study psychology, how do I combine the philosophy of Buddhism and also keep my background intact as I continue my studies, but also make sure that I incorporate some Buddhist philosophy to help my family and people around me, and the Tibetans in general.
Kasa. Oh, very good. As far as sort of the psychology about mind, about emotion, I think ancient Indian tradition, ancient Indian psychology, I think very, very rich. But unfortunately, this ancient, very rich Indian sort of knowledge, now in modern India, I think very much neglected. That's why I'm trying to revive this ancient Indian knowledge. All our knowledge, these sort of philosophical views and the psychology and the logic, all these come from India. We learned from Indian teacher, Shantarakshita, Kamalashila. Then text, as I think the major text, the Nagarjuna's text, Aryadeva's text, and Buddha Balita, and then Dignak, Dharmakirti, Arya Asanga, Basubandh, all these are great Indian scholars, Nalanda scholar. They are writing, we study. I think we really feel proud. All these difficult texts, all translated into Tibetan and very precisely, as I mentioned briefly, like that. So now, about psychology, I think Vinaya Marve Kasa. Abhidhamma. Also, you say, like the Abhidhamma Koshakarika. I think first chapter, second chapter, then fourth chapter, fifth chapter, are these mentioning about mind or about sort of kazoda, kamda, or pungbu kamda, jiji, the wombo, the shigdwa.
So these chapters that His Holiness mentions actually deals with the psychophysical aggregates, as we call, like what constitutes human body and so forth.
Then the Dignas, Dharmakirtis, Pramanavartika Karika, Namji.
Pramanavartika Karika, which is called.
While he mentioning the logic, the Buddhist logic, he also, you see, touch about mind, how to develop. So that part. I think then today, I think the easiest thing is Luri Jamda.
So an easy text to study would be this a certain genre of text called study of mind and consciousness.
A few years ago, I asked one occasion my teaching a young student, Luri Tomdi Diri Parjam Ter.
So some years ago when His Holiness was giving this kind of teaching that he did these last 3 days, one time His Holiness actually asked to print this text on Lorik, a study of mind and consciousness, that was written by Akya Yongtsen Lobsang Tendrup. So perhaps you could find that text from the library.
I think worthwhile you memorize that small text. I also, since a young child, I memorize Luri Tom.
So it's a versified text. Perhaps you could memorize it if you get it. No, it's called the Compendium of Awareness or something like that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Next question.
Your Holiness, so I have a small question. We belongs to a world. We belongs to a world where we have many countries, and we don't have a equality region. He is American, we are Indian, he is Russian. Wherever we go, we require a passport visa. Can we establish a equality region in world so that we don't have any difference? We can live there peacefully.
Kasha. That's my main concern. Basically, we human beings, see, social animal. So any social animal, the emotion level, loving kindness, that you see bring together the community or the group, even animal like that. Then, because of that, basic human nature is more compassionate. That's now scientists say now. When we look a young child, you see they so long, you see, showing a smile, a friendly attitude, then they don't care what nationality, what religious faith. They play together. Then gradually, you see, through education, then we, they neglect basic these human value, then our intelligence more important. So study, our knowledge. Then is a secondary level of differences. Different nation, different color. In India, a caste system. And then you see religious faith. And within same sort of community, same faith, same nationality, but still we make distinction. Richer family, poor family. We always see emphasis the secondary level of differences. So that's the causes of today's problem. So since many problems which our own creation, you see, because of these differences, but if we look, all these differences are secondary level. Basically, we all same human being. Mentally, emotionally, physically, we are same. So now, that's the only way is to try to promote the sense of oneness of 7 billion human beings and develop genuine sense of brotherhood, sisterhood, entire 7 billion human beings, then those differences which you see they actually secondary level, then you see consider, oh, that's not important. Important is we are same human being. Now, particularly now, today's world, the modern world, in ancient time, like we, Tibetan, inside Tibet, we only bother Tibet, the southern, the Himalayan mountain, that's our wall. And then also you see, I think geographically, that's our border. Similarly, north also there are some mountains. So we a little bit isolated and remain like that. Now today, in the ancient time, Indian, even I think Punjabi only concern Punjab, Bengali only concern Bengali, like that. Now, after sort of union of India developed, then, for example, Mahatma Gandhi ji is symbol of whole India. So the India, I think, really very good union. South Indian, East Indian, West Indian, North Indian, Central Indian. It's a different language, different script. But some South Indian, Tamil people say Tamil language is much higher than Hindi. So then Northern Indians say Hindi more important. So this is there are all sorts of differences. But basically all are Indian. Happily remain within union of this country. Wonderful. So similarly, I always admire European Union. For example, French, German, till the end of Second World War, very negative attitude one another. After Second World War, then you see the leaders like Adenauer and de Gaulle and some other leaders also. Now they realize now common interest is more important than simply different national sovereignty or these things. So European Union developed. One my friend, not only friend, I also consider my tutor about quantum physics, the late von Weizsäcker. He once told me when he was young, as a young German, the French is their enemy. Similarly, in French eye, like that. Now that kind of attitude completely changed. He told me. Then the year 1990s, he mentioned that when he was young, too much was the negative attitude between French and German. Similarly, some other sort of European member of European Union. Now today, that completely changed. So I think on a practical level, because of European Union, I think the last few decades, among the member states, no fighting, no killing. If European Union not developed, then I think these member states, I think last few decades, I think some fighting. Like that. So therefore, since, you see, over several centuries fighting or negative attitude, But because of new circumstances, you see, develop or think about common interest. So therefore, you see, this European Union develop. The India also, you see, now think world, global level, we should emphasize oneness of 7 billion human beings. Different language, different nationality, different religion is secondary level. I feel that.